ancestors went through absolute freaking hell. I will forever be proud.
Stop it. Stop. Stop. Snap. Snap. Yeah, it's a social experiment. Okay. Whew, I'm relieved. Thank you. Thank you, right? That's it. It's a social experiment, guys. Okay? Clear. We are clear. We are good. Imagine, just imagine being the descendant of colonizers and calling yourself a proud African. Imagine being the descendant of fucking colonizers, calling yourself an African. It's been a long time I've shut on South Africans, white South Africans. So I think it's about time, babes. So for those of you that might not know, South Africa, South Africa is a lot. And I have to disclaim first, of course, I'm not South African. So my perspective to that is very limited, clearly. In a way of that I don't have the social experience of ever having lived in South Africa, which God forbid it will never happen, okay? By the way, I think South Africa is absolutely beautiful, okay? With the exception of those people. Because if you manage to end apartheid but still have fucking Oranje in place in 2025, you're a fucking colonizer. You're the devil, okay? But that's besides the point. So I don't know exactly how to pronounce this word, so I'm just going to go with the flow anyway. Voortrekker. Mind you, they came to South Africa, I think 1840. That's 20. Anywhere between 1820 and 1840, okay? So, invaders, okay? We know? Invaders, okay. Because there's this fucking narrative that they're indigenous to the land. You're not. You're a colonizer. Even when you pull up various sources, it literally says, a member of one of the groups of Dutch-speaking people who migrated by wagon from Cape Colony into the 1836 onwards in order to live beyond the borders of British rules. A member of an Afrikaner youth movement. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be, but either way, this is apparently the origin of the words in Afrikaans, right? For and trekken, voortrekker, whatever, okay? Now, even if you just pull up Google and put voortrekker, this shit comes out, okay? Is used for the Boers who participated in the organized migration of systemic colonization, commonly referred to the Great Trek. As a term, it is to be distinguished from Trek Boers, who were Boers who had moved into the interior prior to blah, 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 blah. Anyway, at the end of the day, white South Africans, you're South African, okay? Nobody said otherwise because that's what your passport says, okay? Does that mean you're African? No. Surprise, bitches, it doesn't. The fact that you are South African by passport does not make you African by blood. You could never, okay? Especially, and this is the most important part, because I know as Africans, we are so welcoming. We love foreigners, at least most of us. Don't worry, we will get there. Especially on African soil, that if you love our cultures, we love you, we accept you. That's going to change. I promise you wholeheartedly, that's going to change. It's already changing. Because colonizers are so fucking disrespectful, have been so fucking disrespectful to our brothers and sisters all over the continent. And there, it doesn't even matter. Look at Tunisia, look at Algeria, look at Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, South Africa, Namibia, Tanzania. Where the fuck? In Namibia? How the fuck are Germans 6% of the, or 3% of the population but own that much land in Namibia? That's not normal, okay? These are the aftermaths of colonization. And you are not African just because your colonizing mother popped you out of her colonizing coochie on stolen lands. Okay. Most especially not when you are literally disrespectful not only to the land, but the people. Imagine claiming to be a proud whatever you call yourself, while literally being a colonizer. And this topic is something white South Africans have managed to whitewash South Africa to an extent that the original people of the land not only do not have access to their own land in many aspects, for example, the aspect of Orania, but are literally excluded from the public face of South Africa. What the fuck? You will never be indigenous. You will never be indigenous like the Zulu tribe, like the Xhosa people. You will never ever be indigenous to the land. You are a colonizer. And I promise you wholeheartedly, I might not witness that, my children might not witness that, but one day Africans are going to retaliate. And wherever the fuck I am, I'm going to look up to you guys right from the deepest, darkest pits of hell. And I'm going to be very, very happy and at peace because I will see your land burning to the ground. I wish and I hope that this beginning of removing land from South African farmers is going to continue. I hope that each and every one of you that purchased land on South African soil that was taken from South African people, you will be haunted. I pray you will be haunted, and I pray you will fear every day of your life until you return what has never been yours. And I don't give a shit what you call that. I don't give a shit if you call that mean. I don't give a shit if you call that rude. I don't give a shit if you call that reverse racism. Stick all these words up your ass and fuck off. Because your ancestors come into a foreign land, murdering, killing, unaliving, kidnapping, raping South African people, stealing the land from them, making them foreigners on their own soil, and then 100 years later, 200, 300 years later, your descendants are claiming the land that you stole, does not make you the owner. White South Africans do not own land in South Africa, because you cannot own land. Just because you purchased it from somebody does not mean that that person rightfully owned it, okay? And it's very good. It's very, very fucking simple. If I come to your house and I murder your entire family and I just keep 2 alive and I'll turn them into slaves, and then I stole that house from you, and then I have children and I inherit that house to my children, and those children at some point in their life sell the house, that purchase is not supposed to be legal because they were never the rightful owners. I was never the rightful owner, so I cannot sell what I never rightfully owned. And one day there will be changes in the law, and every white farmer in South Africa is going to return what they never owned in the first place. I wish it was going to happen soon so that all of us can at least, cheer up and have a champagne or 2 on your head and see you suffer, because that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. If you are on stolen land, enabling the treatment of the indigenous people of South Africa with absolutely no remorse or regards to humanity and no cultural or historical sensitivity to your own privileges in a foreign land as a descendant of colonizers, you do not belong to that land and you need to leave, or if you want to stay, return the land back to the people it actually belongs to and go to fucking hell, okay? If you want to stay in South Africa, do it legally. That's simple. I thought white people are the ones shouting that immigration has to happen legally, and if you came here and observing all the protocol, then you can stay. Go and observe the protocol. Return the land that doesn't belong to you. Will you? No, you will not, because my ancestors have been here. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. Your ancestors are colonizers. You're a colonizer, okay? So don't even try it. And white people in South Africa, they have been the problem. White people have been the problem globally, but particularly in South Africa, they continue being the problem. How the fuck did they end apartheid but kept apartheid alive at the very same time? How the fuck is that possible? Colonizers. By the way, just one last word towards that statement the guy made in the beginning that his ancestors went to absolute fucking hell. No. Your ancestors are or were absolute fucking hell. Fixed it for you.